I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting, being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool at one point in time. And
now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight.
24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford.
In a recent live interview, Terence Crawford spoke with confidence about Floyd Mayweather and his own place in boxing history. He asserted that Mayweather's time at the top has come and gone, making it clear that this is now his era. Crawford stressed that the spotlight should be on him as the sport's current standard-bearer, declaring himself the fighter leading boxing into today's generation.
Jake and Tyson and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response is overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to pull the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Floyd Mayweather reminded fans that he had already defeated Canelo Alvarez when he was older than him, underscoring his skill and experience. He argued that Terence Crawford's win over Canelo shouldn't be viewed as a monumental accomplishment, since both of their signature victories came against the same opponent. For Mayweather, this only reinforces that his victory was the more significant one and that Crawford's triumph does not elevate him above Mayweather's legacy.
He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this. No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights.
Some analysts argue that it's premature to compare Terence Crawford to Floyd Mayweather, pointing out that he doesn't have the flawless 50-0 record Mayweather proudly carries. In their view, surpassing Floyd's legacy requires more than just beating elite names like Canelo Alvarez. Many suggest that Crawford must take an even bigger risk, such as moving up in weight to face David Benavidez, a dangerous, physically imposing fighter. A victory over Benavidez, they claim, would not only showcase Crawford's fearlessness but also prove his ability to overcome one of the most daunting challenges in boxing today. Without such a defining win, these experts insist, Crawford's accomplishments will still fall short of placing him on the same pedestal as Mayweather.
Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because he's undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, stronger, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50-0. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd can do. Take on the challenges that people are scared to take. That's what separates Leonard and Durant from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the all-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5, top 7.
Trainer Robert Garcia offers a different take on the debate. In his view, Terence Crawford is unlikely to jeopardize his legacy by stepping into the ring with David Benavidez. Garcia believes Crawford is a smart fighter who understands how to cement his place in history without exposing himself to unnecessary risks. Facing Benavidez, he argued, would mean giving up a massive size advantage to an opponent who could realistically end Crawford's unbeaten run. For Garcia, the risk simply outweighs the reward, especially since Crawford's resume is already stacked with accomplishments. His perspective underscores the larger debate in boxing, whether fighters should chase legacy-defining risks or protect a nearly flawless career.
Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. That is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, weighed in by acknowledging that while Terence Crawford clearly outboxed Canelo Alvarez, the victory shouldn't be viewed as the ultimate benchmark of greatness. He noted that Canelo was no longer the same fighter he once was, lacking the sharpness and punching power of his prime. Jeff pointed out that before the fight, many critics questioned Crawford's resume, and even after beating Canelo, some still minimize his achievement. In his view, the win was impressive but must be kept in context. Since Canelo wasn't at his absolute peak, the result doesn't automatically place Crawford beyond all criticism.
Canelo knocked him out in the first half, of the fight, and he couldn't handle the power. And obviously that proved not to be the case. And Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, it didn't look like, maybe once or twice it looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think you hit him a couple times. Crawford, big guy too. You get like a look. He get as well. Basically, at the end of the day, they both just come together. Crawford just didn't get hit.
Do you think that was a case of you can't Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations, that more of a punch at a time kind of guy, and that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I agree. Basically, Canelo was just a big shot. A big shot for Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. Crawford and Thomas said, I guess they could tell. I need to, do what we want. Basically, he might just did.
Legendary fighter Roy Jones Jr. offered a sharp critique of Floyd Mayweather's legacy. He argued that outside of his win over Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather did not consistently face the very best of his era while they were still in their prime. Jones questioned how Floyd is so often hailed as the greatest when many of his opponents were smaller, older, or past their peak. In his view, the legend label attached to Mayweather is somewhat inflated compared to what he actually accomplished. While Jones acknowledged that Floyd's undefeated record is historic, he emphasized that the quality and timing of his matchups leave room for debate, especially when measuring him against versatile fighters like Terence Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather, top five?
No, not in my. No.
Not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, but not
Maybe
top
top.
5. Maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he gets through. Then to take it even further, Cotto was wait. Stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto is all-time great? No. Cotto's all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great. All right, so that's not great. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. You would have fought him 4 years ago. But both of y'all were here. We to find out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them? Because that's two names you pull up. Canelo.
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who would.
I can't name him.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was obviously equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney.
Another analyst drew a clear line between popularity and pure skill. He acknowledged that Floyd Mayweather's global fan base is unmatched, built on his perfect record and unrivaled pay-per-view dominance. But when it comes to talent alone, he argued, Terence Crawford may have the edge. Crawford's natural southpaw ability, paired with his rare gift of switching stances seamlessly mid-fight, makes him adaptable to virtually any opponent. That versatility has led many to believe Crawford's technical skill set could even surpass Mayweather's. This perspective fuels a larger debate in boxing. Should greatness be defined by global fame and financial success, or by raw skill and adaptability inside the ring?
Crawford versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. Who wins this fight? I'm going with Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's unpopular or crazy to say. I think most people will. I understand Floyd Mayweather has a lot of fans out there, but the truth is, as great as Floyd Mayweather is, Terence Crawford is one of one. And I say that because who else has knockout power in both hands, is able to switch stances between orthodox and southpaw so seamlessly while having great footwork? It's not like Terence Crawford is some stationary target or a flat-footed fighter that's going to be chasing Floyd around. Terence Crawford knows how to cut the ring off. He has tremendous ring IQ. And not only is he a great boxer, but he's a great fighter. He'll be able to make it dirty. If he is on the inside with Floyd, that power will carry him far. And I just don't see how Floyd will be able to beat Terence Crawford. I really don't see it. I understand Floyd's defense is incredible, but he is smaller than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford would have a significant reach advantage on Floyd Mayweather. I believe Terence Crawford would also be taller than Floyd Mayweather, as well as all the skillful and technical aspects of what I just laid out prior. So I don't understand how anybody could pick Floyd Mayweather to beat Terence Crawford. Styles make fights. I believe Terence has the style to beat one Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you all. Appreciate it.